Okay, we're gonna start recording in 5, 4, 3. Welcome everyone to Fattest Guys in the Room. I'm your current fattest guy in the room, Josh.
And I'm the other fattest guy in the room, Colin, because we're
You know,
in
he likes
different
to
rooms.
say that. It's yeah, we're in different rooms. Whatever. It's fine. The virtual room, I'm still fattest guy, okay? I'm like 245 pounds of pure man over here. It's not fat, it's power. That's right.
Someday soon, my friend, we'll be in the same room.
Someday.
Someday soon.
All
Someday
right.
soon.
So let's knock something out real quick. Let's talk our sponsors. So our current sponsor is QEH2, an IT company based in Denver, Colorado. Call them today for all of your IT needs, whether it's trying to Photoshop a picture and your computer just isn't working properly and it's going really slow, all the way up to trying to get rid of Colin's face off of your computer. Like we can just do
Ooh.
all of those things start to finish. 303-688-7531 or online at www.qeh2.com.
But with a face like this, you wouldn't want that sort of thing to happen.
Oh, you just wouldn't want it on your computer. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're saying.
Exactly. I know. I'm camera
It's,
shy. I hate. I
that's
hate being it. I hate being on
face
camera.
face for radio. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point
Oh,
of the podcast. Face for radio, baby.
pretty sure I made that joke like 3 weeks ago. How
You
about
probably
you?
did. You probably did. All right, but you got to remember, I'm just gonna steal your stuff. That's what I do.
That's true. It's true.
That's what I do. I'm basically what's that lady's name? I don't remember.
Someone.
Oh, Amy Schumer, but actually kind of funny.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's not very funny at all. At
She's
all.
not.
At
Well, the
all.
problem is she pulls a bunch of jokes that like they're all jokes from other comedians, right? And then
Hmm.
but the way she strings them together to make it sound like her own thing is kind of gross.
Yeah.
And so that's what it boils down to. But anyways, let's move on from that.
Yeah. So
Yeah, let's
so
move on.
how were you successful this week?
I've done nothing this week but work on cars, man. Okay, so just just
Ow.
just leave me alone. All right.
Ow. Ow. That
That's
sucks,
that's
man.
all I've been doing for the past week is working on cars. I got one that just died going down the road and it's got no compression. It's got good spark and everything. So it's basically dead. It's toast. And then the other one I crashed last year. And so I've been putting it back together, getting body stuff on it because I rebuilt it earlier this year. I mean, it's just a mess. Okay. Just a mess. A
Bummer.
mess. It's a
Bummer.
mess. Yes. How were you successful?
I wasn't as successful as I was last week that I was gonna that I
Oh yeah,
told you
and
I
you
would be.
yeah,
I
you were all
was
like, yeah, you're gonna see,
yeah,
guys.
I was pretty cocky last week, and yeah, I hurt my back a little bit, so I wasn't as successful with doing any running because I was doing some stuff in the backyard and just pulled it the wrong way, you know.
Ooh, janked it a little bit. You're gonna
Just
get a
yeah,
little
yeah,
janky. Oh, a little issue.
yeah.
Little issue.
So I wasn't as successful as I wanted to be,
Yeah.
and
I mean, it's
I
okay. I mean, we have our ups and downs. Everybody does.
so hopefully this week is the week where I will do that. Feeling pretty good today. So maybe this afternoon we got some nice weather happening right now, and
Yeah.
maybe this afternoon I'll be out on the run there.
Yeah, sure. That'd be great. That'd be great. That'd be great. Get your
So
little run buddy and get on a running.
so
Get on a running.
wasn't as cocky as I wanted to be. So hopefully next week. Hopefully next week
Oh,
I can.
oh yeah, when you start dry swimming again, yeah, then you can, yeah, and you're good. You're good.
That's true. Yep.
So I mean,
Yep.
I wasn't successful as I want to be. I think we're gonna go for a walk today. It's super nice out, so we're gonna try to do that, and try to get some stuff going. I mean,
It's true.
at least a little bit.
It's
I don't
true.
know how many steps I have today, but it's not enough. We're just
No.
gonna say it's not enough. We're gonna go with,
That's
oh, I only have 2,000 steps today. Like I barely
that's
moved.
yeah, that's like from upstairs downstairs. Like that's pretty much it.
Maybe for you and your little legs, but for
I just swing my arms a lot, way too
just
much.
swing them, just swinging
Way,
them. Get
way
that
too much.
momentum going. Okay, we're gonna dive right into our topic. Right into our topic off of
Let's do
Colin's
this.
swinging arms. Okay, so
Let's do this.
we've all heard advice. We all see these news articles, right? We all see like, cancer, is cured by drinking coffee every day, and then like 3 minutes later on a different advertisement about how coffee is going to cause you to get AIDS. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's constant. So we are going to give you guys rock solid advice. Okay. That's
I'm
what it is.
ready.
It's rock solid. All right. So we're gonna just give you rock solid advice that you can take to the bank. Okay.
Pay attention.
Just
It's going to be
pay
a
attention.
solid like
This
2
this is
minutes.
this is it. This is it. Okay. And here
Do
we
it.
go. Eat 5 small meals per day and run. Also, eat only breakfast and dinner and walk. Also, eat lots of protein and lift. Also, don't even do any cardio. It's bad for your joints. Also, don't eat too much protein and make sure you're sleeping a lot. But don't be sedentary.
Ooh.
But don't be too active. It's bad for your blood pressure. But make sure that you replace all your lost salt, but never eat too much sodium. It's easy. Just eat vegetables. Don't eat potatoes, though, or corn. Fruit is obviously good for you. And also, it's all sugar and is bad for you. Sugar, I forgot to mention, is a vital source of quick burning carbohydrates that your brain needs to survive, and you should avoid it at all costs. Protein is hurting your kidneys. Make sure you eat lots of it. Drink water. Never starve yourself. You're calling it intermittent fasting, and it's okay to starve yourself a little bit as long as you're using that term. Don't overhydrate. Being vegan is obviously the healthiest lifestyle. Also, it's not. Fish is obviously super good for you, but it's full of mercury and it's also killing you. And get some sun every day for vitamin D and skin cancer.
Wow, a lot of that seemed to be contradictory to
What?
each
No
other.
way. No. That is rock solid advice.
What?
Rock solid.
What celebrity is pimping all of this stuff to us? I mean, like obviously,
Oh.
obviously, there's got to be some sort of goop in there somewhere, but you know.
Just rub the goop on your skin. Um, I don't know.
It,
It's
it,
just, it's just years of hearing, all these fitness experts, and this is what they say. This is their thing. This is
mhm.
their thing. This is it. This is it. This is the solid advice. This will keep you healthy forever. Live to
How
be 200, like
I
Chris Traeger.
dude, that guy is going to live
I
forever.
believe that I will live to be 146 years old,
Some people think that man is already born,
and I
and I
believe
think
that is me.
I believe that man is
This is what
me.
this is what he lives by. Also, Bumbleflex. So
So it's crazy out there that you don't even know what to think or what to listen to because there's
yeah,
just all
it's,
of this stuff
and it's
to.
all contradictory
Yeah,
constantly.
yeah.
Like it's constantly contradictory. It's like
Hmm.
it. I mean, essentially, you could boil it down into one simple rule that you could just apply to your entire life.
What do you think that is?
Everything in moderation.
That's a good answer. That's a
Isn't
good answer.
that like I mean that right there. So you got all this, right? Eat 5 small meals per day and run. I've literally heard that. Like
Hmm.
I've heard, or actually it was 6 small meals. Eat
Oh,
6
okay.
small meals. 6
Yeah.
of them, 6 to make sure that you're pooping regularly, right? So that's the health part of
It didn't
this.
even mention about pooping and all
It
that.
didn't. It didn't. And it should have, because if you don't do that, you will die. John Lennon was just 2 days away from death because he hadn't pooped in like 3 months before he was shot. All right. So, it's real. Look it up. That's like a real thing. That's a
Uh,
real fun fact for you.
I
John
will look that
Lennon,
up.
before he was shot, he would have died anyway, like a couple days later,
He wasn't pooping.
because he wasn't pooping.
Jeez.
It's a real thing. That is a
Uh,
real thing. Okay, but eat 5 small meals per day and run. What do you
mhm.
think, Colin? You think that's good advice? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't even know. I like eating. You may not look at me and think that, but I do enjoy eating. I would rather eat a meal than snack. So
Okay.
when it's 8 o'clock, 8:30, and it's like, hey, you hungry? You want a little snack? My wife's looking at like, ah, maybe we'll have some ice cream. Let's have maybe some chips. I'm like,
Some
do we have
salami
any?
and cheese.
Do we
Shelby, I
got
love
like
you.
do we got like a do we got like a steak? We got a hamburger I could eat or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Should I do like a McDonald's run or something? I mean,
Yeah.
I want to eat a meal. So the
Right.
whole eating 5 small meals, I mean, I guess I like that because I like eating meals more
But
than I like
essentially,
snacking.
that's just snacks though. Small meal
Exactly.
is a snack,
Exactly.
right? Right. Okay. So eat 5 small meals per day and run. So
Yeah.
not good, not good, 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 not
Ah,
good. What do you think?
let's say
Just gonna
let's say good.
this
Let's say
whole
good.
thing.
I'm gonna go good. I got to
Good,
choose something. I'll just say good. I'm just gonna say
good.
good on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
sure.
So
Yeah,
5 small meals per day and run. Okay. So the run thing probably good, right?
probably good.
But eating 5 small meals per day, that can't just be a blanket statement.
Exactly. Are
You
you eating
can't.
fruits? Are you
Yeah,
eating
yeah, yeah.
vegetables? Are you
You can't
eating?
blanket out that, oh, everyone should eat 5 small meals per day. No, that's not good for some people. Come on,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So also eat only breakfast and dinner and walk. That's the second line, right? Like, what do you think?
Okay,
Eat.
well, then I
But
agree with that. I agree with that one too then.
you
Okay.
agree with that one now, right?
No
Right?
doubt
Okay,
about it.
running and walking is good for you in moderation, right? Maybe take turns, maybe do something like that, but also eat only breakfast and dinner. You can't blanket that statement. That's another thing. You can't blanket it out.
Yeah.
Everybody is different.
How big should my breakfast be? How big
How
should
big
my
should my shoulders be? I mean, like,
how
oh, huh.
what's considered lunch? What do I still get a snack during all that time? I don't know.
Yeah. And then you go to the gym, and you got the bros, right? And that's where this
Mhm.
next line comes in. Also, bruh, eat lots of protein, lift. Don't even do any cardio. Like, you don't need that stuff. You
You,
totally don't need that, bruh.
you know,
Get
I should
jacked. Get jacked.
I've read another study that says eating all the proteins and whey protein shakes
Yeah,
after
yeah, yeah.
workouts do nothing. It's the exact same. They're
Wait,
the
seriously?
same levels. Yeah, I saw that a couple weeks ago. I wish I had thought about that before we got in this.
Oh man, look at you, look at you. Okay, so protein, right? Just eat
Mhm.
lots of protein, brah. Just chicken breasts and duck and uh, you know,
Yeah.
bats.
Other stuff full of protein.
Other
Shakes. You gotta have shakes,
stuff.
man.
You
Where's
gotta
your
have
shakes?
shakes. You gotta have shakes. Okay, so like I keep seeing online, I keep seeing ads for Huel, right? Have you
Mhm.
seen this Huel or whatever? It's like all your daily nutrition in like a powder.
Oh no, I have
Have you seen
not.
this?
I've
Have you seen it's like
not.
Soylent Green, basically. You know what Soylent Green is? You ever seen that
Mhm.
movie? You know what I'm talking about there?
I have,
Right?
yes.
That's basically what this thing is, right? It's all of your meal, everything you need in just one simple shake all day long. And they're pimping this stuff as being somewhat healthy, right? And
Yeah.
and all I can think of is, okay, so you're just gonna give your body basically liquid and
Yeah.
expect it to be okay. it's
Oh man.
That's
Oh
all you
man.
like. You're no longer going to be able to process solid foods. Like
I'm
that's one of the big
juicing.
things.
Just juice, man. Just juice it.
That's one of those things though. Like you get stomach surgery or whatever, right? And they're like,
Hmm.
okay, ease into solid foods,
Hmm.
or your jaw gets broken and you can only drink liquid for like a month. They're like, okay, you got to ease into solid food,
Yeah.
bro. You know what I mean? Like you're basically going to damage your body if you try to live by what these guys are talking about. I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's probably cheap and effective, but you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna hurt
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Just like don't do any cardio, just lift and eat tons of protein. Okay, sure. Your muscles are gonna look okay, but you're not gonna be able to walk up a flight of stairs.
Well, and it's different things for different people, for different
Oh no,
exercises.
this one's just wrong.
Just
this
well, oh
is
yeah, oh yeah.
it's
Oh.
just blanketly wrong.
Oh yeah. No, I was just agreeing. Yes, this is wrong, but you can't look at everything else and think like everything else is wrong. So what's the next one here?
Then
What's
the next one is, oh, so the reason you're not doing any cardio is because it's bad for your joints, right?
oh,
No,
oh.
no, that's not even accurate. It's good for your joints in your if you're doing non-poundy,
Yeah,
non-pound, what was it called?
non-pound,
Non-impact.
non-impact,
Non-
non-poundy.
I don't know.
That's
But
technical.
swimming is cardio, right?
Mhm.
Swimming is cardio,
Yeah,
biking is cardio. That stuff is good for your joints because they're moving constantly.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're I don't know, sorry. I just get so mad about this stuff that I see all the time.
So here's an interesting thing. So Jessica and I were watching Last Dance. Watched the last episode, the latest
Yeah,
episode yesterday.
sure.
I don't know, I think episode 8 or something.
Yeah, it
And
is.
it's right after Jordan comes back
From
from being
baseball.
in baseball in the minors.
Yep.
Okay,
Number
and so
45.
he's talking, and he's back in the NBA, and they're in the playoffs, and they lose that round of the playoffs, and they're
Sure.
out for that season. But he started like halfway through the season, and they were talking about, oh, he wasn't shape, he wasn't in basketball shape at all.
Right.
And Jessica paused, and she's like, I wouldn't have known there was a big difference other
There's
than
a
the
huge
jumping,
difference. There's a
other than the
huge
other than the jumping. But yeah, so you got to think that some of these things, although we can make fun of and say that's just stupid or that's wrong,
Okay,
it
yeah,
may
this
be.
is wrong.
But this one is wrong. Yes, 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 yes. That one is wrong. But
This
like
one's wrong.
but it could be a different workout. And so you actually have to understand that you may be training for something. You may be training for baseball and really playing basketball.
Yeah,
And
so there's sports specific training, right?
Yeah, but just weightlifters would work out differently than runners, kind
Right.
of thing.
Exactly.
There are those differences, but all the stuff on this list is crazy because it's like, oh, this is good for you. No, this is bad for you. You can't do this. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Take into account of what you're actually doing. I mean,
What are you
you don't
doing?
have to work. You don't have to work on your hops if you are going golfing
Well,
because you don't really get to jump
maybe
it.
I just want to jump really high and freak people out.
Maybe you do. Like, who knows?
Like,
But
maybe that's a thing that I'm into,
maybe.
you know?
All right,
Like
what's
when they
next?
see a big fat guy jump really high, it's super trippy.
Oh, you see, I saw like those viral videos of like that big fat guy who's like jumping around like a ninja and stuff, and he's
Yeah.
twirling. And I'm like, dude, I have never been able to do any of that. Not that I've trained
Yeah.
to do it,
There are
but
fat dudes out there that can do backflips.
yeah,
Like,
it's
and
amazing.
Colin can't because his back has scoliosis. But anyways, so
What's next on
so,
this
so
list?
the next one is don't eat too much protein and make sure you're sleeping a lot.
Oh, what? No, but they told me to eat protein. I thought that's
No,
all.
no, 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 no. Colin,
And I have,
Elizabeth, do not do not eat too much protein.
it's not my middle name.
I don't care.
But and then sleep a lot. But I thought being too lazy with sleeping isn't a good thing. I mean, you should be up and active, right?
I mean, you'd think so,
Oh man.
but no.
So
Apparently, you make sure you're sleeping a lot, at least 15 hours a day.
so worried about all this now because
15 hours a day. But hey, make sure you're sleeping a lot. Don't eat too much protein, but also don't, be sedentary.
what? Ah, I thought I was supposed to sleep now.
No, 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 no. You're supposed to sleep a lot, but those hours that you aren't sleeping, you're just supposed to run constantly.
Oh
Like
man.
that's all you do. You're supposed to run everywhere you go.
Oh man. Yeah. All right. Well, hit me with the next one then. Let's see if I'm doing this one.
Okay, okay,
Okay. All
okay.
right.
But don't be too active. It's bad for your
What?
blood pressure.
But blood needs to pump through my body, so that
Oh,
needs pressure.
no. It's bad for
Oh.
your blood pressure.
Oh
Bad for
man.
it.
Oh.
But make sure you replace all your salt, your lost salt, but
Ooh.
never eat too much sodium. So think
Wait.
about that one for a second, right? Think about that one for a second. Okay. Think about that. Who would tell someone they need to replace all their lost salt? Seriously? What are you training for? Being able to sweat as much as possible?
Oh,
Whose life is this?
maybe to be salty sweat, even
Okay,
saltier
okay.
sweat.
So what they're talking about, what they're trying to talk about, but they come off saying this nonsense, right? And this was a like a satire post, but I've
Hmm.
seen this stuff like in
Oh
news
yeah.
articles.
Well,
Like
and
Fox News comes out and says, "Hey, don't eat bats." You know,
it's bad for you. It's well, and most people can sit there and think like, oh, but it's research this, and we didn't know that back in the day. Back in the 50s,
Or
cigarettes
CNN
were
comes
great.
out. CNN
Cigarettes were
comes out.
great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cigarettes were good for you. There's that one diet we talked about it on the show before, right? That's like the wine diet.
Gosh.
Two glasses of wine in the morning, a cigarettes, and a steak, right?
It's
Like that was the diet for women, right?
yeah, yeah.
You're
Oh,
gonna die.
but so as much as you can say research has gotten better and this and that, you got to think
Also,
though.
also, real quick, voting Democrat makes you fat, according to
According to Fox.
causes you to gain weight.
Oh man.
All right, all
It,
right. Anyways,
but so no matter what, when it's like, oh, new research is showing this. Well, what changed the research on the old research? I
yeah,
mean,
what happened? Or
what's
like how Domino sugar, right? So the whole sugar is bad for you thing. Do you
hmm,
remember? Or sugar? What was it?
sugar's always
What
been
was
bad
this?
for you, from what I
No, no, oh
remember.
no, no, no! That fat was bad for you. Fat's bad for you. Sugar's okay. Remember,
Yeah,
everything was
yeah,
low fat.
yeah.
That was that sweeteners, artificial sweeteners cause
Cause
cancer,
cancer. Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
You know how that study came about?
The sugar people paid them
Do
to.
you know which sugar people?
I don't.
Domino Sugar.
Domino's, sweet.
No, do you not remember Domino Sugar, the yellow pack? Come on, you're old like
I'm
me.
from Canada. It may
Oh,
not have
that's
been
right. It's just
available.
Kraft mac and cheese up there.
That's
But
right. That's
anyway,
right.
Domino Domino Sugar sponsored a scientific trial, if
Yeah.
you will. And what they
Okay.
did was they loaded these mice with like 3 times their body weight of this stuff a day
Yeah.
until they
Wow.
got cancer. And then they're like, oh, look, it causes cancer. Well,
All
no
right.
kidding there, Joker. Of course it does.
All right. So a couple weeks ago, we were watching Brian Callen, his stand-up. You know who
That's
Brian Callen? You watch the Goldbergs?
no.
He's the gym teacher in the Goldbergs. Funny
Yeah,
guy,
no,
funny
still no
comedian.
idea.
All right,
You're
funny comedian. He's awesome. He's pretty hilarious. Watching his stand-up, it's called Complicated Apes. Okay,
okay.
so
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
a bit of a fitness guy, and he's been on Brian on Joe Rogan a couple times. So he's a funny guy, and he's talking about this story and where he's gets on an airplane and he's very into fitness and he's all like, "Oh yeah, I'm pumped, I'm awesome." And he sits down next to a lady and the lady was overweight, and so he's
Oh
like,
no.
she's a little overweight and he's looking at her and she's like reading like People magazine or something. So he's like, "Oh, she's not doing good for her body. She's not doing good for her mind. I'm very fit. I think I'll teach her a lesson or two during this. This is like
Oh,
a 4 hour flight.
oh my god.
I eventually I think I'll have to talk to her."
Oh
And so
my
then
god.
they come down and pass. Don't seem like he's not a jerk. I mean, he kind of sounds like that in that intro, but
He does.
so then they're sitting there. They get their cookies or their pretzels or something. The stewardess comes by, says, "Do you want it?" And he's like, "Oh no, thanks." And she's like, "Oh, if you're not gonna eat your cookie, can I have it?" And he's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna drop some knowledge on this lady so hard. Now she's doubling up on cookies and all that sugar and all this terribleness. Oh, this lady, I'm gonna teach."
Yeah, yeah.
So they go through the flight. All of a sudden, medical emergency on board. Okay, lady, couple rows behind her, passes out, having all these issues, and they get up on the intercom, say, "Hey, is there a doctor or nurse on board? Can anyone help?" She stands up and she's like, "Move!" And he gets out of the way. She's a nurse, and
Oh, no way.
she goes back there, and he's like, the beauty behind it. I can't do it justice. He talks about the beauty behind what she did, taking control, just doing everything
Yeah,
and
yeah,
getting this
yeah.
lady back up and running. And I won't tell everything she did. She gets back to her seat and he's like, "That is amazing. How do you do this?" And she's like, at one point she asks, "What do you do?" He's like, "Oh, I'm an actor, I'm a comedian." She's like, "Oh, I just look in these magazines just to pass the time. This is all stupid. I'm glad you're not in here, or else I would have lost respect for you." And he's like, "Oh, mind blowing first off." And then she's like, "It's the only thing I can read." And then second, he's like, "What'd you do? How'd you save that lady? What's going on?" She's like, "Oh, that she got too drunk, had too much sun. Her sugar level was low. I gave her some sugar." And he's like, oh, "Boom! Here I was thinking that I was gonna tell her on how sugar is bad for her and how she shouldn't have had second cookies and all this stuff."
Yeah, yeah.
And she saved this lady by giving her sugar. And
Sugar.
that's basically how he ended that. And like it is just that story is like, holy cow. First off, never judge a book by
Right.
the cover, blah, blah, blah.
Right. Yeah, yeah, we got all that.
But
But secondarily, all that nonsense, that he's built up as being a fitness guy.
yeah, yeah. And this woman, she's like, she needs some orange juice. I got her some orange juice, gave her some sugar, stabilized that level, she's good to go. And he's
Yeah.
like, "I am a jerk. I would never
Yeah,
think
you're a
that I will
jerk.
never think that again."
All right.
And
So what does it boil down to, Colin? What's it boil down to? You do what's right for you. You
exactly,
do what's
exactly.
right for you. Don't listen to this. Don't eat potatoes. Fruit is bad for you. Also, fruit's good for you. Don't listen to all these articles that come out. Like I was told earlier today. I was
Mhm.
okay. Get this. Get this. Earlier today, because I'm at risk, right?
Yeah. Okay.
For
Yeah.
Corona.
Okay.
I get told, hey, you should really uptake your vitamin D. I'm like, oh, okay. Why? He's like, well, uh, you know, vitamin D. It's like,
You want to inject some light into your body. That's what you should be doing.
like, okay. First off, if you listen to this stuff and you like get like a bottle of vitamin D and you eat that, you're gonna have kidney failure. Like,
Right. Yeah, all things in moderation. Take
and
what you will.
and
Everything in moderation.
do what's right for you. What feels good for you. So like I did keto, right? Which
Mhm.
essentially is the epitome of sugar bad,
Yeah. Yeah.
fat good, right?
Mhm.
Like you break it down, it's sugar bad, right? Well, my lovely girlfriend Shelby, and Shelby, if you're listening, I love you. She's the one who got me to it. Right
Mhm.
at first, she was like, "Hey, I do keto." Right? This was last year, and instantly I knocked it.
Mhm.
Right? Like, whatever.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Then I started doing it. I felt better.
Mhm.
Like just good all day long.
Yeah.
Just good. Just
Well,
good.
and you may not know good feels like, because you've been doing
Exactly.
that. You've been doing that for so long,
Exactly.
and then you may not understand, like, wow, actually, I could feel better. I could have
I
energy.
could feel better.
I could.
Wait, what's Louis C.K. saying? Well, he's shunned now, but Louis
Yeah. Oh,
C.K.
yeah. Yeah.
Right? Do you remember his stand up when he was like, "Wait, eating is not a debilitating disease. It's supposed to be fuel." Like,
Exactly.
I,
Exactly.
I mean, you do what's right for you. So experiment. Get out there and experiment. Don't listen to freaking news on your freaking I'm so mad about this. just just those articles that are geared to steer you towards Starbucks or whatever is local,
Mhm.
or some advertisement. Go out and experiment for yourself.
The one thing I like to tell or say to people when they're like, you really should drink wine. You could add years to your life. And I'm like, oh, is that what I'll do exactly? So if I drink this right now, then I will get another 10 minutes of life to
6 years.
enjoy.
6 years?
6
Me?
years?
Or like
Like,
or like every time you smoke a cigarette, you get 7 minutes off your life.
yeah,
Bitch,
exactly.
I'm dead.
So wait, so this is 7 minutes right here on
I
this
am
one
in
cigarette?
negative life right now. Like literally, I should have never been born
It's
at this point.
what so it's one of those things of how can you prove that? And I'm not a scientist. I'm not going to argue against scientists. They're doing a good job out there right now trying to
Okay,
fight this
so
pandemic.
scientists, yes, but
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 but no, I just don't know how they focus in on that. It's like, an apple a day keeps the doctor away kind of thing. But
in reality, that's actually wrong.
how
Eating
do
an
they know?
apple every single day could force you to go to the doctor because apples have this crazy thing in them called cyanide.
But it's like, how do they define that? And so, like, if coffee is causing this cancer, or if eating fruits is causing this, but it's only like a 3% chance, so I have to do
Yeah,
more stuff to get that other. Ultimately, we be healthy, be
yeah.
smart for yourself.
Be smart for yourself. Okay, so healthy at every size. We said this a long time ago. It does not
Yes,
exist,
yes,
right?
that is
There
correct.
are certain sizes that you are not healthy, believe it
That's
or
true.
not.
You could
But
be you could be beautiful at every size. You could think you're beautiful and own it.
eh,
As long as you own it, just own it.
yeah, you own it, right? Like that's the whole thing with Chub Run, right? It's about
Mm-hmm.
owning it. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Like you know you're fat. You know
Yep.
you're chubby. You need to go for a run, there, guy.
Right.
All
Come out
right.
with us. Come for a
So
run with
yes,
us.
yes, but healthy at every size is not a thing. We've said that 100 times before. But different body types are different.
It's
You
true.
can't subscribe to this one guy's diet, like this guy Colin was just talking. You can't subscribe to his diet. It could be bad for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It could be bad for you, right? So, so what was it?
But it's
Uh,
really good stand up, so listen to it. It's fun.
okay. So I think of Rob McElhenney, right? So let's close on
Oh
some.
yeah.
So
I think we mentioned this, but this is a good way to end. This is a good way
we
to end.
probably have. So I think of Rob McElhenney and how he was like he gained all that weight
Mm-hmm.
and then he lost all that weight.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
It's Always Sunny in Philly.
Mac.
If you never, yeah, Mac,
Yeah,
Rob
Mac.
McElhenney, right? And
Yeah.
but it was so funny. One of the funniest things I've ever heard was the like he's like confessing to the priest about being fat, right? And then the
Yeah.
priest goes, "You can't gain and lose 60 pounds in a month." And he's like, "Okay, first off, through God, all things are possible," right? But I mean, he will tell you like you like he because he got crazy fit after being Fat Mac,
Yeah, he
right?
did.
Like crazy fit. But even he will tell you that his shredded look is also not healthy.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
do that, they dehydrate and stuff like that. Like yes, you can be great, but different body types are going to be different. Do what's right for you, not what you see every single ad that pops up. Oh, cancer. Ooh, coffee's going to give me AIDS. Oh, no way. Acai berries cure cancer? Who knew? They're trying to make you buy acai berries or whatever the hell they are.
That's
That's
it.
all it is. Okay, sorry, we're a little ranty today,
Yeah,
but man, I'm
we
feisty about
it
this.
was ranty, but if you've seen that, it's like a meme or something. If you see that with all that stuff that Joshua listed out, it's just funny to look at that and just think, oh, what's this week? What am I not supposed to do this week that I was supposed to do last week? And
Yeah.
so it's just all things in moderation. Reach out, to
Yeah.
other people and say, hey, let's, is this healthy, or do you want to go for a walk? Do what's good for you. Do what's good for you.
Do what feels good for you. Experiment.
Right.
Get out there. We're not going to tell you how to live your life.
That's right.
But one thing that we are going to tell you to do is visit our online store at www.fgitr.com, which is, fattest guys in the room, but shortened. So we are going to tell you to do that. That's one way we're going to tell you to live life. Do that. Also, listen to this and spread it around. Help us out a little bit. That's the biggest help you can do. Just spread this guy around. So,
true. That's true.
So we're going to tell you that, and we're going to close because I got to go. I gotta
well, we're the fattest guys. We're the fattest
guys
right now.
Yep, we're fattest guys in the room. All right, I'm Josh.
I'm Colin.
And bye.